So you're third generation, you're rocking and rolling. What changes did you make when dad handed you the baton? I want to hear this. These are my
Sure.
exciting things.
Yeah. So, we signed the papers in August, September of 2019. And functionally before that, I had really been running the company for 3 or 4 years. Mom and dad were really stepping back, and I was functionally taking over more and more responsibilities. So the paper signing was just really more of a formality. But he checked his bank account right there when we were signing the papers. It's like, okay, I got the money. Let's we're done. And so that hard line of no more responsibility on their shoulders. It's all on mine. That was so relieving in one sense. Because I knew that, yes, I did have to make some changes. I did have to make all of the decisions on my own now. But there was also that sense of, now I don't have to ask for permission. Now I don't have to wonder what they're going to think. Now I don't have to question, am I doing the right thing? It's mine. I'm going to make the decisions. So that's kind of the lead up to the decisions that I did have to make. Unfortunately, 6 months after I signed those papers, COVID happened. So all of my grand plans of how I wanted to change really got derailed, sidetracked, and I can't tell you how thankful I am that we signed the papers then, that mom and dad were not involved in all the mess, all the muck, all the heartache that was owning a business throughout COVID. Because at that point, 30 years in the business, they were mentally exhausted, they were physically exhausted, they were emotionally exhausted. It would not have done them any good to have to make those decisions. It would have been very, very hard. So I'm incredibly thankful that we got that all out of the way, and that it was me that went through that. So going through COVID, it was I'm so proud of my team, just how they handled all of the changes, all of the, hey, we're going to furlough everybody but 4 people, and we'll call you when I need you. I mean, what else are you supposed to say at that point, right? And I mean, I did it a little bit more nuanced than that, making the announcement, but that was the gist of it. Was, hey guys, we don't know what's going to happen. Nobody in the world knows what's going to happen. Here are some places, and I remember handing out applications. Here are some places that are hiring immediate. The pharmacies were hiring. Some of the grocery stores were hiring. And it's like, if you need cash, go, and they could probably find a job for you. So it was such a weird time. So going through that, so proud of my team to get through that. And then now that we're on the other side of that, now I feel like, for a few years now, I'm like, okay, now I'm back in, I just took over. What changes do I want to make? How do I want this to be my company now? Not dad's company, not COVID's company. How do I want this to be mine? So over the last probably 3 or 4 years, I've spent way more time looking at strategy, looking at the culture. We have an amazing team. We have an amazing culture here. But none of it is documented. None of it is like codified and said, this is the way that we actually do things. This is how we think. This is the process. Not just how to run a printer, but this is how we treat customers. This is what we expect when a customer calls. This is how we expect to treat them. So that level has never really been formalized. And that's one of the problems with family businesses. It's all up here, right? It just lives in your head, and you're in go mode. So I'm incredibly fortunate to have a team that there's 3 people that have been with me for over 25 years. And we've only got 17 people. So it's not like I have hundreds and hundreds of employees and this is just the best 3. Out of 17 people, 3 of them have been with me for 25 years, another handful 20 years. And so I have this amazing stable. So I think the most foolish thing for me to do right now would be to coast and to not formalize some of these things and to not say, all right, in 5 years, assume that half of my team is retired. How do I want the culture to live on beyond them? How do I want these things that we know are good? How do I want the next generation, their replacements? How do I want them to come in and just hit the ground running with how we do things? So that's the thing that I've been really proud of and excited about the last couple of years. I know it's not, doesn't have anything to do with science, doesn't have anything to do with like the day-to-day work, but man, it has been so fun to look back on our history, look back at our relationships and say, the things that I'm writing are not aspirational, they're historical. This is actually how we treat customers. It's not we should treat customers this way. It's look at the evidence. This is what we do.